I have a very disturbing situation going on here. I could be flirting with a cyber lady. That cyber lady is about as real as the cartoon. It's an exaggerated cartoon made up of cyber, and she could be pretty. And she could be charming, and she'd be intelligent. In fact, I'll tell you something about these cyber babes. They're all improvement on the real thing, except they're immaterial. In other words, you go on to you do the hoopy doop. You can't do the hoopy doop with an image. Well, can you? I don't know. Certainly, they're one step above plastic dolls, but they're one step below the real thing. Of course, cyber babes don't complain. No, no, they're not. They're sweet and decent and good. They're every man's dream. Oh, I want me a cyber girl, a cyber singing girl. Oh, I want me a cyber girl, a girl who doesn't nick all the time and try to control my life. Oh, I want a cyber girl. So what is his Malum? I can't remember pronounce his name. The commie who's playing the familiar. Now he's setting off what you call your basic panic in the Democratic Party because they can win. And they can't. They might win a little blue state, red state, blue state. Who can untell this? It used to be reds were reds. The red, white, and blue represented us conservatives. And no more. They switched it. So your brain freezes. It goes, am I a red state? Then wouldn't I be a commie? Now, a blue state, that's close to more, I don't know. I don't know what that represents. Being depressed? Certainly the commies are depressed. They're on the run. They're on the run. They're on the run. And it's true. It's a true fact. Fact of life. The communists are not doing well. The Marxist Muslims, well, they're actually doing well because they get to kick people's ass and they get to beat up Jews, which they certainly want to do. But now that's turning around. Now, finally, the Jewish people have risen and said, what the hell is going on here in these colleges? It was okay when they just beat up conservatives, but we were looking past that. Maybe they would grow up and not beat up conservatives so much and be a little more, medium or moderate. Didn't happen that way. It even spoiled worse. Now they're going after the Jews. The Jews are fighting back. They're doing well, lawsuits. Trump by Trump, and when Trump is saying, hey, you can't have anti-Semitic crap going around in the colleges, which is all right if you want to get some federal money. Yeah, we're actually subsidizing anti-Semitism here. I don't know what's behind it. Devil worship? I think it's the devil worships. Yeah, that's who's behind everything. Yeah. Macron, who married an old lady, who if she was here, she was 50, he was 14, 15 years old, and she was 35, or he. Rumor has it that Macron's wife was Macron's husband. I don't know. She's bad from the get-go, pulling out with a 14-year-old boy, and then not just giving him like some sexual experience that would, enrich his life. Say, oh, 35 woman knows that, her way around. She didn't walk away. She put the handcuffs on and have him for the rest of his life. She's a good looking man. And she's not a good looking woman. Well, you don't know. In her prime, she might have been okay. Or his prime. Oh, you don't know. Now we see the real coup. The real coup happened from Obama, who tried to undermine the democratically elected Trump force because he wouldn't accept that his commie pro Hamas concepts would not prevail. Wow. It didn't work out that way. Trump, because he's God. He's not God, but he's a servant of God. Like I should say him yeah. And he's gonna beat them. He beat them, and they tried to shoot him, and didn't work. They tried to jail him, and it didn't work. Now what they're doing is in denial, you see, because they have half of the medium. Medium is Marxist in a lot of ways. It doesn't make sense. Billionaire Marxist? Bolshevik billionaires, but it's there. Don't make no sense. Yeah. And Vlad, he actually wanted Hillary to be president because she's a nut. Said, "Oh my God, and she's like constantly on the rag. She's been on the rag since 1974, and she hasn't gotten off. Her voice, her manners, everything. She would have destroyed this country if he'd gotten even worse than Colorado, or even worse than Biden. She would have led us into a stray. She's the only responsible for hate crime laws. That's why you have so it's freedom of speech next to you did before 1980, well, not 80, 1990s. Well, we could thank her for almost destroying the country. But Trump is back, and an old school man is going to teach these guys what the new school knows. Yeah, Ozzy gets that. Now, Ozzy, you would think because he represented Satanism, that the leftists would like him. But no, because Ozzy, underneath the bat-eating bastard, was a nice kid. He was a supporter of the state of Israel, and he said, "Hey, don't don't divest in Israel." Because to see the Reds now, the Marxist Muslims, they think it's okay to murder Jews in the most brutal, savage way possible, but they don't want to get into retaliation. They don't want to head, and lie. Look, anybody who's human doesn't like collateral damage. But we have never beaten the Nazis unless the Japanese, unless we had bombed them to smithereens, including their cities. I'm telling you. Then they make that outlaw. You can't win the war if somebody's holding back is with the hostages. This is a fact of life. Fact of life. Trans being now this is also another thing we do. Look, if you want to transform yourself after 18, you go right ahead, you do. But don't force it down anybody's throats and don't hurt the children. That's it. I don't want to get into this because I just don't feel like it. I get too upset. I get too much out. Eric, this and that. It was this is a choice between the most corrupt administration in history of the Democratic Party of the New York versus uh, a commie, a Marxist maniac, hater of the Jews, anti-Zionist. Because what is Zionism? I want to educate you. It's a combination of two things. There's the organic Zionist political situation, but God gave Israel to the Jews. It's in the Bible. We're going way back. That's it. Just accept it. And that's why they beat you every time, because God's on their side. And also they're technologically more advanced. Yeah, and that's on you. It's on you. That's on you. Muslim Palestinians who just fulfill the hate since the oath. The babies being taught that terrible stuff, that they're capable of that atrocity that happened about a year ago. Kills me. Kills me. It's a terrible thing. Oh, it's clearing the air on pot smoke. You know what's happening in the city? Got pot smoke all over the place. Place smells like a dorm room in 1967. The potheads, yeah, and now that Mayor Adams, he's getting a little conservative because he's being forced into it. He wants to make designated areas just for the pot, and not next to schools, not next to industrial park, where people are doing construction because they could get a pot high, contact high. So, but well, pot is now we know the truth is as destructive as alcohol because people don't know how to moderate. They don't know how to. I'm telling you. See, I never liked pot. Never liked the smell. One girl was a beautiful girl. She offered me it, hey, have some pot, and I thought, hey, so I wanted to look cool, and her eyes were in the nose were out. Oh my God. Uh, this is incredible. This guy is Mar Zoo, whatever the hell his name is, the commie. Uh, he's telling that Jeffries is the biggest because Jeffries, which is a Democratic big shot, black guy. He's supporting Israel. And now he's saying, hey, you can't support Israel because they're going to kill a bunch of Palestinian civilians. They don't count the poor Jewish people who been murdered. They don't count that. That's okay. This guy is Ugandan African. Come on, it's a little complicated. He's a rich man. Because as far as people exploited in the Ugandans, the true Africans in Uganda, it's true. They're the middlemen. They had all the good jobs. South Africa, give them credit. In fact, Jeffries is throwing a little sunshine down my man's way because they did stop hordes of invaders coming over the border, which meant that New York wasn't burning with them. And it's a truth. A bite at the museum. Silly rich. I'm telling you. Sometimes I think their Lincoln should be redistributed. You know what they did? You know what they make them go make grass. They may have put a banana on the wall, a little scotch tape on it, and they sold it for $1 million to make the irony of I don't know. I don't know what this means. You look at it and go, what the freak does this mean? Anyway, people keep on the banana or the banana gets rotted away. I don't know which happens first. But they didn't replace the banana day because you can't tape a banana to a wall because it deteriorates. God knows. Uh, yeah. Yeah, the homeless there, they have no bananas. You should give them bananas because it's potassium. Although most of the homeless are saying, oh, it's the city and the capitalism. No, it's mental illness. Look at this. Drugs. Madam Squirrel, the biggest madam ever, Epstein's girlfriend, was going to squeal, right? And she's going to deal with all those billionaires, uh, having the accident. I hope she doesn't get an accident. She's not bad looking broad, 62, good shape. Well, she should be. She works out every day, She's being taken under the wing of the other prisoners, or maybe Maxwell can lead an aerobics class. Aerobics class, didn't you? What is this? What is this? A country club? No, no. Cutting away the poison ivy. They're cutting away the anti-Semitism. I'll tell you what happened. They base things on race. It's like reverse, yeah, and they say, oh, reverse, they're going to claim that. Yes, it's the bizarre world of concepts and races, in which the person on the lowest totem pole, and they fight over who's, more oppressed, is about to get oppressed. Now, I'm ultimately a good Catholic, Jewish, not Jewish, um, Protestant boy. So and did you see what the skin color here is? And I'm old, but I ain't so decrepit that I need to be put under the wing of people who basically hate me for me. I don't go for that. And God doesn't go for that. Now, I don't know if God's white or not. He's a streaming light. So, if he's saying light and bad, no, he might misunderstand. Do you think I don't think you so? Yeah. This alabaster is trying to give you advice. They're banning the trans. Well, what they're doing there is they're making the transins making believe they're women when they're not women. They're men who dress as women who competing in athletic things with the men. No, that's not fair. Because women and men are different. Men have an athletic physiological advantage over women. And you can't have them taking the ladies' scholarships and claiming they're women. See? You can't do it. It's not fair. Not fair, it's not gonna work. Because you got Trumpy. The Trumpster is turning the tide. And he's doing it primarily on the cultural issues. They don't realize this. Culture Trump yeah, Trump's money, because money's all relative. If you have the food in your mouth and all that stuff, you're okay. If somebody tries to take your kids and castrate them, you mess up with them. That's what. And force you to do an analogy, that's weird. It's weird. It's not gonna go. It's not gonna go. What should I do? Okay, I try to keep my eyes going down like that. And there we go. Here we go. No.